All right, fig lovers, this is Ross the Fig Boss. Today we're in the greenhouse and I thought I would show you guys around today. It's been a while since we published a video and I wanted to give you guys some content and show you what I've been doing. But I also wanted to announce that my fig tree sale that we do every spring is coming. In fact, a lot of the trees here behind me look pretty darn good as it is. I probably could ship some of these as is, I think. We're only really around the middle of April at this point, and that's when we did the sale last year, but this year we're about 2 weeks behind last year. And the reason why we're behind this year is because unfortunately some people in the area of this greenhouse realized that the greenhouse is using copper pipes, or was using copper pipes, and then they stole them and sold them for profit, and I'm sure it was for drugs, and obviously not very good. But the owners of this greenhouse were not really sure what they wanted to do. I wonder as to, am I gonna have this space again this year? But thank you to, once again, my friend Chip, Sherwood Seeds, check them out. I'll put a link in the description. And also the owners of this greenhouse, Marazzo's Garden Center, they're also in this area. You can go to their nursery if you want to support them. Even just send them a message saying thank you for letting Chip and Ross use this greenhouse space once again. And they, of course, ended up fixing the plumbing. And we've been in here ever since about the middle of March. So it's been about, it hasn't been 1 month yet that we've been in this space. And we really could use the sun because we're behind by 2 weeks. Now, let's look at some of the stuff that we've got going on in here, and we'll talk more about the fig tree sale. But you can see we've got a lot of cuttings that I have basically pre-rooted and then put them in these bins, in these pots, and you can see they're just kind of just now getting started. They had formed roots in the pre-rooting process. And then I put them into these 1 gallon pots like we always do. And now it's just a waiting game. Some of them haven't budded out just yet. Usually you can see actually leaves and buds form before roots, but the process that I've been doing, it actually seems to be the opposite. This way, instead of just putting it in a ton of soil that's wet and trying to root the cutting in that and controlling this environment in this larger container, you know that the cutting has formed roots, you give it the perfect environment, and then you put it in these larger containers. Now, so far, I have not noticed any problems with the transplanting process. So you have to get it a little bit early. You don't want them to really start growing and form a lot of roots in the pre-rooting process. You want that root formation to basically just form, and then you can get them in these pots. Now I think some of these maybe, weren't really meant to survive. And maybe because of that, we don't have like 100% success from this. But definitely we're seeing good success with certain varieties, certain trees. We just have to play the waiting game. I'm expecting, if you look at all the bins in here, we should have close to 1,000 trees for everybody. So May 18th is when I'm expecting a lot of the trees we've had left over from last year, whether I dug them up from division, whether I air layered them, whether I just had larger trees like these sort of left over from last year. Those are the ones that are gonna get sold first. They're the largest. I need to get rid of them as quickly as I can because I don't want them to stay in these 1 gallon pots for too long. And then once these guys get their act together, I think by about a month and a half from now, even a month from now, some of these will be ready. You could argue that actually some of these look really good. Like this one here, it's got some incredibly strong growth. What variety is this? Black Celeste. So, and there's a huge selection of varieties this year. I know a lot of you guys want a particular variety, maybe you're even on the website right now looking at the varieties, because that's where they're going to be sold exclusively on my website, figboss.com, but nothing is available yet. I know other websites and other places, they have inventory for days and they just have it all right there. They estimate how much plants and how many things of each unit that they're going to have, and then they let it go available maybe sometime in December or January, and you can order these things, pre-order them, and then by the time the shipping date comes around for your area, they ship it to your house. I don't like to operate like that because these are living things. I'm rooting them from just a stick, and we don't really know what we're gonna have. So once we get closer to that May 18th date, I will have a full inventory. I know a lot of you guys in the area, you want to buy these plants from me, or you want to buy these trees from me, but you don't want to pay the shipping costs. You want to pick it up locally. I in the past have not allowed that, just for privacy reasons. However, sometime in May or June at a local farmer's market, and I will announce that in my newsletter, on my blog. I'm thankful to everybody out there, but please just be patient. We should have maybe another update if you guys are interested. Let me know, maybe about in a month from now. Everything is just gonna explode, and probably around the middle of May, nothing will be in here. So whatever is in here in the middle of May is gonna be brought to some other location of mine, and that way I don't have to water it as frequently, because it gets hot, real hot in here, and we'll talk about more details again in that newsletter that I mentioned. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. See you for more.